Welcome to the 124th commencement of the University of Idaho. Now entering are the faculty of the university. A long tradition at the university is for the faculty to form two columns through which the graduation candidates will pass. College of Graduate Studies. The College of Graduate Studies is led today by Highlight student Alicia Bean from Moscow, Idaho, a PhD recipient in geography. Bean was the winner of the Interdisciplinary Graduate Research Award in May 2018 by the College of Graduate Studies. Her innovative dissertation focused on drought in Idaho and integrated climate science, legal issues related to the governance of water resources, and policy aspects of slow onset hazards. The College of Graduate Studies has led the university's research and creative activity at the graduate level since its formalization in 1925. The university has awarded advanced degrees since 1898. The college encompasses all graduate programs within the university. The Graduate College offers more than 70 master's degrees in fields ranging from accounting to water resources, 3 specialty areas of education, and doctoral degrees in more than 30 disciplines. College of Law. Established in 1909, the College of Law is among America's best small state public law schools. The college's 39 faculty offer instruction toward a Juris Doctor degree or a Master of Laws with 4 areas of emphasis and several optional concurrent degree programs. Emphasizing quality over quantity and delivering a focused curriculum to students completing their Juris Doctorate degrees, the college provides one outstanding law program with 2 locations. Students have the option of earning their complete degree in Moscow or Boise. College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Founded in 1901, the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences is led today by Highlight student Kayla Yearout from Moses Lake, Washington, a bachelor's recipient in crop science and horticulture and urban agriculture, with a minor in Spanish. A leader in the college who served as a CALS ambassador, after graduation, Kayla will continue her education in graduate school here at the University of Idaho, researching black leg disease and canola. The college has 26 majors, 12 minors, and offers 15 graduate programs across 8 academic departments. More than 200 faculty located on campus and around the state of Idaho serve nearly 1,000 students. College of Art and Architecture. Established in 1981, the College of Art and Architecture is led today by Highlight student Jenna Phipps from Vancouver, British Columbia, graduating with a BA in Art with an emphasis in graphic design. Jenna graduates summa cum laude. The College of Art and Architecture offers 11 total undergraduate and graduate professional degrees in architecture, art and design, bioregional planning and community design, interior design, landscape architecture, and virtual technology and design. The college has 45 faculty members. College of Business and Economics. Established in 1925, the College of Business and Economics is led today by Highlight student Nick Bonds from Coeur d'Alene, majoring in Operations Management, Marketing with a Marketing Analytics emphasis, Management Information Systems, and Management and Human Resources with a Management emphasis. He's also earning an Entrepreneurship Academic Certificate and a Graduate Level Entrepreneurship Certificate. Bonds has earned Dean's List distinction and plans to continue his studies in graduate school at the University of Idaho. The College of Business and Economics is served by 39 faculty and offers 7 undergraduate majors, a PGA Golf Management option, an Executive MBA, and a Master of Accountancy graduate program. The college believes students best learn business by doing business. Students gain real-world experience beyond the classroom. They join real ventures and solve challenges for business and communities. College of Business and Economics Vandals are managing marketing consulting contracts, trading financial securities and commodities, improving processes for regional businesses, helping rural communities prepare tax returns, and launching their own businesses. College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences. Established June 17, 1920, the College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences is led by highlight student Juliet Charlotte from Redondo Beach, California, graduating with a bachelor's in exercise science and health with a minor in pre-health professional studies. Charlotte repeatedly made the president's and dean's list, earning a 3.9 GPA. She plans on continuing her education in nursing school. The college offers 7 undergraduate degrees, 10 master's degrees, and 10 doctoral degree programs, and is served by 54 faculty members. College of Engineering. Established in 1907, the College of Engineering is led by highlight student Samuel Funk from Lewiston, Idaho, a Bachelor's of Science recipient in Biological Engineering with a minor in German. Funk earned an Embry Fellowship and completed a RISE internship while making the Dean's List in 2014 and 2017. The College of Engineering is one of the Northwest's premier engineering colleges, with nearly 100 faculty, 50 staff, and 1,700 students. The college is known for educational programs that provide hands-on design and research experience, as well as sound fundamentals. The college's senior capstone project is recognized as one of the best in the country by the National Academy of Engineering. Last spring, the college hosted the 25th Annual Engineering Design Expo, the longest-running such event in the Northwest. It is the culmination of the college's educational experience, and in addition to showcasing U of I engineering students' accomplishments, the expo brings in more than 500 prospective students to Moscow every year. The college's Grand Challenge Scholars Program is the only undergraduate program of its kind in Idaho. Students in the program undergo a specialized education to address major global challenges of the 21st century. The college offers degree programs in Moscow, Boise, Coeur d'Alene, and Idaho Falls. College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences. The College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences is led by highlight student Ainsley Lechner from Meridian, Idaho, a Bachelor of Arts recipient in International Studies with a minor in Political Science and French. Lechner has been a leader in the Residence Hall Association, the Student Alumni Relations Board, and the Argonaut student newspaper. She plans to pursue a master's degree after graduation. The College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences is the largest and most diverse college at the University of Idaho, with more than 200 faculty and staff throughout the state, helping deliver 44 customizable degree options, including 7 fully online degrees that can turn a student's passions and interests into their career. Degrees offered by the college make students successful in any profession by focusing on the skills and experiences that employers want: critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, leadership, communication, and real-world experience. College faculty are nationally recognized researchers, scholars, and artists that are leading the research and creative works in their respective fields. Reaching every student through diverse offerings in the general education curriculum, the college is the academic bedrock of the university. The college experience enhances each student's understanding about the world, helping cultivate social and personal responsibility, ethical and moral decision-making, and a sense of global citizenship. The English department partners with the College of Natural Resources to offer Semester in the Wild. Students spend 3 months at the Taylor Wilderness Research Station, earning 15 credits in 5 different humanities and natural resources courses. The Lionel Hampton International Jazz Festival in the School of Music earned the prestigious National Medal of the Arts. The James A. and Louise McClure Center for Public Policy Research conducts research to explore topics related to education and demographic change, food security, natural resource policy, and highway infrastructure and policy. College of Natural Resources. Established in 1917, the College of Natural Resources is led by highlight student Abigail Alexander from Meridian, Idaho, graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Forest Resources. Alexander is an honors program student who will be working for the United States Forest Service after graduation as she embarks on a career in the forest industry. With 55 faculty members, the college offers 9 undergraduate degree programs, 5 graduate programs, and 4 certification programs. The College of Natural Resources offers one of the top 10 natural resource and conservation programs in the country and is ranked number 1 for value. Students in the college have access to some of the best outdoor classrooms in the world, the rivers, forests, and wilderness of Idaho. Natural Resources students regularly engage in work experiences and internships that give them the practical experience they need to launch their careers. College of Science. Established in 2002, the College of Science is led by highlight student John Robert Tokel from Pocatello, Idaho, a Bachelor's of Science recipient in microbiology. Tokel earned a place in the Dean's List every semester and also earned an Embry Fellowship and the Marilyn Hamilton Memorial Scholarship. At the College of Science, 120 faculty members help offer 9 bachelor's programs, 12 master's disciplines, and 9 doctoral degrees. The college offers a broad range of research programs from evolution to synthetic and organic chemistry to nanoscience to bioinformatics. Please welcome the platform party and the officer candidates. Ginger Carney, Michael Perella, Dennis Becker, Shauna Corey, Ben Hunter, Mark Chopin, Sean Quinlan, Alan Kitchell, Larry Stoffer, Gerald Long, Jerry McMurtry, Dean Kaler, Jeff Siegmiller, Scott Madsen, Tori Lawrence, Ananth Gillipalli, Nicole Skinner, Kent Nelson, Blaine Eccles, Biljana Jovanovska, Summer Howard, Sunjay Sisothia, Pete Isaacson, Janet Nelson, Daniel Ewert, Joy Fisher, Mary Kay McFadden, Kathy Barnard, Aaron Johnson, Don Soltman, Dealdus Meshri, Brian Foisey, Eric Peterson, Kathy Clark, John Winsick, Chuck Staben, the 18th President of the University of Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the ROTC Color Guard, followed by the singing of our national anthem by the University of Idaho Treble Choir under the direction of Dr. Paul Thompson. Please be seated and turn your attention to the video monitors.
Am I wearing this right? Yes?
Are we ready? Mic check.
I feel amazing. I don't know if it was the coffee this morning or the yogurt or what, but there's no failing now.
After college, I'm currently doing like 8 interviews a week to try to find a job.
After college? That's a good question.
Med school.
After college, I'm looking to knock out the student debt ASAP.
Work for the State Department. I'm hoping to find a full-time job somewhere in the agricultural industry.
I'm probably going to be the youngest Idahoan millionaire, most likely. Then I'm going to move to Boise and take over the city.
Recommendation for freshmen: wait till your senior year and then take the 830 class, because then you're actually prepared to be a normal functioning human when you go into the job market.
Cherish each and every day because it goes by fast.
You only have 4 years. You're not going to be in an environment where there's so many opportunities just handed to you every day, and there's so many different kinds of people to meet every day, like you are here. You take full advantage of all the things given to you within this one campus.
Have fun, enjoy, go meet with your peers, make friends.
I would say don't procrastinate, but everyone probably says that. Time management.
As a senior, I have some strong procrastination, and the struggle is real. So if you can avoid that, try to.
Well, first I'd like to thank my mom and dad and my brother for supporting me.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, for helping me pay for college.
Thank you to my brother, who I usually vent to whenever I have a problem.
My friends that were with me through all my rants and my complaining, because I'm French, so we complain a lot. I'd like to thank my advisor, Bill Smith. Thank you for making me realize that I am confident that I am worthy enough to be in a very high-paced workspace and that I can kind of achieve whatever I set my mind to.
Teachers that have helped me, and professors that have helped me push to where I'm going to be going.
I want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank my mom.
Definitely my mom. My mom, 100%.
I'd like to thank all my professors from the mechanical engineering department. They were really scary freshman and sophomore year, but I actually got to know them. They're really great people.
Ooh, that magical moment of walking across the stage. Finally, probably would be the one word to describe it.
I'm gonna try to remember to just smile, don't think about all the people that are watching me, and try not to yeah, I think just walking across that stage, I'll be like, wow, finally, I'll probably be a little shell-shocked, honestly. I'll be a little, I can't believe this is actually happening, and this is the real world that's on the end of this stage.
I made it. I'm done. I'm vandal.
Please welcome the chair of the University of Idaho Faculty Senate, Dr. Aaron Johnson.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to welcome you to the University of Idaho's 2018 Winter Commencement, the time to honor our students' crowning achievement. Please join me in welcoming the 18th President of the University of Idaho, Dr. Chuck Staben.
Well, thank you, Aaron, for opening our commencement ceremony, and we are very grateful for your leadership as chair of the Faculty Senate. Let's give Aaron a round of applause as well. Thank you also to the University Wind Ensemble, conducted by Professor Al Gemberling. Thank you as well to Dr. Paul Thompson and the U of I Treble Choir for their performance. The presentation of colors under the command of the Air Force was made by a color guard comprised of cadets from the University of Idaho and Washington State University Air Force ROTC Unit, Detachment 905. Thank you to our floor and college marshals and for the leadership of Dr. Rula Awad Rafferty, lead marshal for our ceremony today. Let's give them all a round of applause. I also want to thank Jeremy Falk, our announcer and voice from above, and welcome to special guests, University of Idaho Regent and State Board of Education member Don Saltman, University of Idaho Foundation Executive Director Joy Fisher, University of Idaho Alumni Association Executive Director Kathy Barnard, Staff Council Chair Summer Howard, Associated Students of the University of Idaho President Nicole Skinner, and Graduate and Professional Student Association President Ananth Jilapalli. Thank you, special guests, for being with us this afternoon. Let's give them also a round of applause. Students, parents, families, deans, faculty, and honored guests, thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the home campus of Idaho's outstanding National Research University. From our home campus here in Moscow, in the heart of ancestral Nez Perce territory, our university's footprint spans the state of Idaho with an impact that reaches across the country and even across the world. For nearly 130 years, the University of Idaho has exercised our land-grant mission to be the leader in educational experiences that change lives, in innovation and discovery that helps shape a better world, and in meaningful community engagement that promotes health and prosperity. Let me give you a little institutional history and maybe some perspective. The first graduating class of the University of Idaho received degrees in 1896. There were 4 graduates in that first class, 2 women and 2 men. Their proceedings actually stretched out over 4 days. We'll take a shorter time today. With speeches from the president, from the dean of the Agricultural College, from William H. Bora, a future senator and the namesake of one of our signature symposia. A musical concert and other informal gatherings took place. Our ceremony may lack the intimacy of that occasion, but for that you may be grateful. Each 1896 graduate had to deliver an oration at the ceremony before receiving his or her degree. Times change. Unlike 1896, you won't have to recite a speech on, quote, the educated man or revolution and liberty, actual topics of 2 of those graduation speeches before I hand you your diploma. But the class of 1896 had a commencement motto that I think bears continued relevance. Not finished, but begun. Not finished, but begun. Think about that. This is commencement, but it is not the end of a journey, it is the start of a journey. Now, today does represent a great accomplishment without doubt. It has been truly special to watch you learn and grow over the years and to contribute to this institution along the way. Let me give you one great example of Vandal success, though I know there are many in the crowd. We have a student graduating today with not 1 major, not 2 majors, not 3 majors, but 4 majors. Nick Bonds, are you here today? Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. In his undergraduate career in the College of Business and Economics, Nick often took as many as 21 credits per semester. He audited other classes to learn more about their subject matter. Along the way, he completed a minor in statistics, a certificate in entrepreneurship, a graduate certificate in human resource development, and half the coursework for his planned master's program. What I appreciate most about Nick's accomplishments, though, is not the raw accumulation of credentials, but the way that pursuit of knowledge has enriched him and enriched our academic environment. Nick is clearly a bright and genial contributor across the range of his pursuits, engaged, earnest, and passionate about learning, growing, and giving of himself to the university community. And in those regards, I know he is in good company among the more than 500 Vandals we have graduating here today. I had the honor of welcoming many of you students to the University of Idaho right here in this dome during your convocation 4 or even 5 years ago. I asked you to think about what you wanted to be, what you wanted to achieve. Gathered here again, that remains a critical question for you. After all, you're not finished, but begun. Recently, I heard Janet Napolitano, president of the University of California system and a fellow member of the Council on Competitiveness, say, "It is our obligation to be great." She was speaking not just for the University of California, but for all public research universities, and I believe for all of the students at those universities. So it is directed at us, those who have been blessed with the opportunity to attend here, and especially those who get to call themselves Vandals. So what change can you spur in your chosen profession? What project can you bring your unique perspective to? What challenge in your community demands your attention and your advocacy? Where can you direct your personal obligation to be great? Going forward, I want you to know that you have the support of a powerful Vandal family, an alumni network who will offer you support, encouragement, and a sense of community in the years ahead. Many of you also have the support of parents, guardians, other family members, and friends with you here today. Those people helped you get here, and they helped you succeed here. Let's recognize their commitment to your success. Parents, family members, friends of our graduates, that's pretty much everybody in the stands. Would you please stand for a moment, if you can? And graduates, stand up, turn around, and thank everyone who helped you get here. Thanks very much. Now, graduates, as you go out to make your unique success in the world, bear in mind, not finished but begun. Remember who you are, who you have become over your years here, and who you can yet be. You are well prepared, talented, and confident. You're on your way to meeting your obligation for greatness. Congratulations, and go Vandals. Now, seated directly behind me are some of the University of Idaho's leadership. This includes student leadership, as well as vice presidents, deans, vice provosts, faculty and staff leadership, and honored guests. Members of the platform party, would you please rise? Thank you for your leadership and dedication to the students of our great institution. Ladies and gentlemen, our platform party. Let's give them a round of applause. A full list of university leadership, including our Alumni Association and University of Idaho Foundation, can be found in your commencement program. It is a privilege that we have one of our University of Idaho regents with us today. Don Saltman is a member of the State Board of Education and a University of Idaho regent. Regent Saltman, will you please bring greetings to our graduates?
Thank you, President Staben. On behalf of the regents of the University of Idaho and the Idaho State Board of Education, I congratulate the graduates and your families. We are very proud of your accomplishments, and we wish you great success in your future endeavors.
Thanks again, Don, for being with us today and for your service to the university and to our state. Our commencement speaker, Brian Foisey, is the Vice President for Finance and Administration at the University of Idaho. He provides vision, leadership, and budgetary and administrative oversight for the university. Working almost always behind the scenes, he helps provide essential financial and administrative support to ensure that the university delivers outstanding educational opportunities, conducts research and scholarship with impact, and connects with communities across the state of Idaho and beyond. Vice President Foisey joined our university in 2015. With 20 years of experience in higher education and a bachelor's and master's of accountancy degree, he is driven by a passionate belief in the potential of each and every student, as well as the importance of higher education for individual success and societal progress. And I'll take personal privilege to say that I selected Brian for this job when last spring he came to me and apologized for missing spring commencement. And I said, "That's not that big a deal, Brian." He said, No, it's a huge deal to me. This matters to me. And so I said, well, it's not exactly penance, but I want you to give the commencement speech. So he will give the speech today. And parents, those of you out here, I'll tell you one other little tidbit. That is that Brian's parents are here with him today, and there are probably only 2 parents in the audience who came primarily to hear the commencement speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2018 winter commencement speaker, Brian Foisey.
Well, I'm glad to know at least 2 people showed up to hear me speak. Good afternoon. I want to extend a personal welcome to our honored guests, members of the stage party, faculty and staff, family and friends, but most of all to you, the graduates, all 578 of you. I hope when you leave here today, you believe that the University of Idaho has changed and shaped and influenced you. But more importantly, I want you to know that you have changed and shaped and influenced us. You are the lightning in the bottle. So it is truly an honor for me to be here today to help celebrate your accomplishments. If I can take just a moment of personal privilege, though, before I do that, I'm not sure how many of you know that just last night, the Dome was the home to a Christmas concert that involved about 1,000 elementary school, middle school, high school, and University of Idaho students, and about 3,000 guests in attendance, 4,000 people in the Dome, and they were seated just right behind us. That event ended, I would say, by the time everybody left, was probably over by about 10 p.m. And our committed dome setup crew was here till about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to convert that into this. So I know it's kind of a selfish thing to ask, but if you could just please join with me in thanking that dome setup crew for creating what we have today. So I want to start on a very important note here and say that 21 years ago, almost to the day, I was a winter semester graduate myself. And I still remember that day. In fact, I remember the very first thought that crossed my head when I opened my eyes that morning and my head popped off the pillow. And that thought was, no more homework again, ever. So I assume that will be true for most of you, so savor the moment, my friends. This is one of those interesting and almost ironic moments of perspective, because on the one hand, we're here today to celebrate what is arguably the single largest personal investment most of you will ever make. You've invested your time, 4, 5, 6 years, maybe more. You've invested your money as the Vice President of Finance. I know that you have invested literally tens of thousands of dollars. You, or in many cases your families, have invested money. For any of you who are scholarship recipients, donors, or benefactors have invested money in you. You are all graduates of a public university, meaning the citizens of the state of Idaho have invested money in you. I want you to understand how much they've invested in you. Almost $100 million every year is invested by the state of Idaho, the citizens, the taxpayers of this state, in your education. So Idaho is invested in you. And if any of you received a Pell Grant, an SEOG grant, or a work-study award, the federal government has even invested money in you. So here's the ironic part. On the very day that we gather to celebrate this massive personal investment, again, arguably the largest investment that many of you will ever make, it's my job today to tell you that your degree alone will not be enough. If your goal is to be great, as President Staben indicated, an obligation to be great, if your goal is to change the world, your degree is a critical piece of the puzzle, but alone a degree is not enough. Let me see if I can give you a very practical example of what I mean by this. How many in the room are graduating with a degree in accounting? Bachelor's degree, master's degree? Okay, here are my grads. I'm going to refer only to this group of people because that's what I know, but I assure you that this is representative of the challenge that we all face when we interview for jobs. So I'll speak specifically to the accounting graduates. As you go out and apply for your next job as an auditor, I want you to ask yourself how many of the finalists for that position, and I'm sure you all will be finalists because you're U of I grads, but how many of the other finalists for that position will also have the required bachelor's or master's degree in accounting or finance or business? How many of your competitors will have essentially the same qualifying characteristic as you? I believe the answer is all of them, every single one of them, just like you. So how then will your employer decide who he or she should hire? So you see, there's more to the story. So what I would like to do with you is share a little bit about that. Some employers call it fit. Some employers call it likability. But whatever they call it, I want to share 3 things. I was told that the group will only remember 3 things. So I'll share 3 things that I believe will make a difference in your career and throughout your life. And I'm going to refer to these as accessories that you need to go along with your degree. They don't replace your degree. Let me be clear. They don't replace your degree. They will be accessories that go along with your degree. So let's start with must-have accessory number 1. And I want to tell you a story to describe this must-have accessory number 1. Happened to me personally about a year ago. I was sitting in my office minding my own business when the phone rang. It was President Staben. I've since learned that I should always pretend to be not in the office when the phone rings and it's Chuck, because you end up here. But in this particular case, Chuck was calling to ask if I would be interested in accompanying him on a trip to Chubbuck, Idaho, to visit with the leadership of Idaho Central Credit Union to see if they would be interested in supporting our new basketball arena. Fortunately, they were, by the way. They gave us $10 million, and we'll be building a new arena soon. But I was excited to make the trip, although I do have to say I didn't have the slightest idea why I was being invited to participate. I'm not a fundraiser. I really know nothing about fundraising. I knew very little about Idaho Central Credit Union, except that it was a financial institution. And I, to be honest with you, didn't even know there was such a place as Chubbuck, Idaho. So I'm not a native Idahoan, so I wasn't really quite sure why I was being invited to attend, but I was sort of left to myself to figure that out. I ultimately concluded that it was for one of two reasons. The charter flight was going to occur in one of these very small prop planes, in which balance is very important. So I figured on the one hand, there were 3 other people going, I would be the 4th, that would mean I was being invited for ballast. Or number 2, which was much more appealing to me, that I was being invited as eye candy. Whatever the reason, November 10th of 2017 arrived, and I found myself on the charter flight to Chubbuck, and as I had dreaded, the flight was about the plane was about the size of an empty beer can. And I'll note that they did ask me my weight before I got on the plane, which assured me that I had in fact been invited as ballast and not as eye candy. We arrived at ICCU corporate headquarters shortly thereafter, were greeted by a kind and helpful employee, and literally within moments we were seated in a conference and speaking with both the CEO and the Vice President for Marketing. During those comments, the CEO apologized that the Vice President for Human Resources had not been able to join us in that meeting. She was, he explained, in New York, receiving a national award for their talent acquisition practices. And frankly, it was more than I could stand. Human resources is one of the areas within the Division of Finance and Administration, so it's one of the areas I supervise. I thought, whoa, if this company is receiving national recognition for their talent acquisition practices, I have to ask. So I selfishly derailed the entire conversation, and I asked Kent, their CEO, if he would share the secret to their success. And I'll tell you, he literally beamed when he told me that it could be summed up in 6 words. Now, before I tell you those 6 words, I want to tell you a little bit about Idaho Central Credit Union, not because they gave us $10 million and not because I want to do a commercial for them, but I want you to understand what kind of company spoke these 6 words. So let me tell you about them quickly. They've been voted the best place to work in Idaho for the last 6 years. 1 out of every 5 Idahoans is a member of that credit union. They're the #1 auto and mortgage lender in Idaho. They have over $4 billion, that's with a B, $4 billion in assets. This is a fascinating one. There are 5,757 credit unions in the nation, and based on assets, Idaho Central Credit Union is number 51. In Chubbuck, Idaho, number 51. That puts them within the top 1% of credit unions nationwide. They're ranked number 6 in the nation for membership growth and number 4 in the nation for asset growth. This is the kind of company we're talking about. So when I tell you what these 6 words are, understand this is not some fly-by-night operation. This is a company that plays in the big leagues. And the 6 words that sum up their talent acquisition practice: hire the smile, train the skill. That's it. The entire corporate hiring philosophy is based on a smile. And while it took only a moment for that to occur, it was a transformational experience for me. No matter how you measure it, that is a company that is taking their industry by storm. And if you want to work for one of those companies, not just ICCU, but one of those transformational companies, what's the most important thing they believe you can bring to the table? The single most important thing you can bring to the table? It's your smile. ICCU knows, as do most employers, that if you're lacking some technical skill, they can send you to a class, they can send you to a conference, they can send you to a college or university, and you can develop that skill. As human beings, we're masters at skills transference. We've been doing this since the Stone Age. If you don't know how to read, if you don't know how to speak Spanish, if you don't know how to change a flat tire, if you don't know how to remove an appendix, give us enough time and we can teach you how to do that. But if you don't have a smile on your face, if you don't have a smile in your heart, there's no class, there's no conference, and there's no degree. It has to be inside of you. And I promise you that your employer knows and values the smile that'll be on your face. Never underestimate the importance of a smile. I promise you that you can walk into a room to discuss the gravest of topics, and one single smile flashed in the right moment, a sincere smile, can change the entire environment around you. So don't forget, must-have accessory #1 to go along with your new degree is a smile. For must-have accessory #2, I want to turn to the video boards here, and I'm going to ask our AV folks to show a short video clip about an event that occurred at a grocery store. The grocery store chain is called Publix, P-U-B-L-I-X. This happened in Orlando, Florida. It takes about a minute and a half to watch the video, so if you can turn your attention to the boards, I'll ask our team to play the video for us.
Act of kindness captured in a photograph in a local grocery store aisle has gone viral on the web.
A shopper at an Ormond Beach Publix saw an employee tying an elderly man's shoes and was moved to take the picture. And as West 2's Claire Metz reports, lots of others were inspired by the photo too.
Keith Keel was shopping at this Publix in Ormond Town Square last Saturday. When he saw the young employee helping out the senior and thought it was so sweet, he took a picture to share with his Facebook friends.
And I see this young kid on his knee, and then he's tying a shoe.
Keith Keel says there's not enough goodness in this world. So when he saw a Publix employee bend down to tie an elderly man's shoe, he snapped this photo, posted it to Facebook, and it blew up. More than 200,000 likes and spreading through other media.
A lot of people would have done that, but he did it with a big smile, and he tied the other one without being asked. It was just amazing.
Like, I just seen him struggling, and he just said, would you tie my shoe for me?
This is the amazing but rather humble 20-year-old Publix clerk whose gesture has sparked such a positive reaction. Gage Bauscher.
People do this stuff every day, and it just so happens that I get recognized for it. People do way bigger stuff.
But this small favor was a big thing in others' eyes. Keith went back to the store to have his picture taken with Gage. Gage said the senior asked him to help tie one shoe, but Gage laced up both.
And I seen them both, and I just tied them for him. And he tried to give me money, and I said, no thank you, I can't accept this.
Gage has accepted, however, that even the smallest action can become larger than life. Our employee got a lot of recognition and a free pub sub for his kindness. A little embarrassed by the first, but he dug right into that sandwich. In Ormond Beach, Volusia County, Claire Metz, West 2 News.
All of that because Gage tied someone's shoes. 200,000 people were impacted by that simple act. And the best part about that act, it wasn't hard. It didn't take a long time, and it cost nothing. Yet that single act touched the hearts of 200,000 people, and that doesn't even count the number of people who watched the news broadcast in Orlando, Florida. 200,000 people. Let me just put that in perspective for you. That's the entire population of Boise, Idaho. Cared about a single act of kindness, tying a shoe. It's not difficult to do, but it makes a difference. In fact, the founder of Publix is a man named George Jenkins, who said, Publix will be a little better place, or not quite as good, because of you. In my opinion, without a doubt, Publix is a better place because of Gage, and the world can be a little better place because of you. Sometimes I think we tolerate the mistaken impression that the real world is cold and cruel and cutthroat, like an episode of The Apprentice. That all that matters in the real world is competence and skill and survival of the fittest. That people don't care about kindness and compassion in the real world. I promise you that is not the case. And if it happens to feel that way in your particular corner of the world, then please, as vandals, be the one to change that. Because contrary to the Shark Tank philosophy, it really is possible for success and kindness to go hand in hand. And speaking about the great musician Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington said, he was born poor, he died rich, and he never hurt anyone along the way. So never underestimate the power and importance of kindness, and never forget, my friends, that the world turns based on small acts of kindness performed by quiet and unpretentious people. Must-have accessory number 2 to go along with your degree is kindness. Now, before I leave must-have accessory number 2, I'd like to turn your attention back to the video board and ask the AV team if they could roll that video back to timestamp 36. And I want to take an opportunity to provide you with one quick piece of career advice based on this image. So focus carefully here. If you ever have the opportunity to be interviewed by the local television station, especially if they call you in advance and tell you they're coming, if you remember nothing else from today, please remember this one thing: vandals wear shoes. And finally, my friends, we've reached must-have accessory number 3. And to explain this, I'll share an email that I received just last week, actually, from a colleague here at the University of Idaho. She had applied for a job, and she was writing to provide me with an update. And something she shared struck me as extremely important, especially as you consider taking your degree and going out into the world and making a difference. She writes, "I hope you are doing well. I just wanted to share that I had my big day today. I literally just finished my dinner with the chair of the search committee, and I'm wiped. Wow, what a day I have had." And here it is. "But I left my heart in every meeting." If I knew nothing else about this person, that last statement would have been enough. She left her heart in every meeting. Vandals, your heart is the best thing you have to offer to the world. It is also the one thing you can give to everyone you know and everything you do and never run out. If your heart is in your work, it will be driven by a passion and a motivation that will allow you to move mountains. Mother Teresa said, "It is not how much we do, but how much love we put in the doing. It is not how much we give, but how much love is put in the giving." You know, I've been here about 3.5 years, so I'm not a vandal, at least not a native-born vandal, but sort of been adopted maybe into the vandal family, and I finally figured out what it is. I finally figured out what it is about you guys. Vandals have heart. That, more than anything else, is what makes this place special. So must-have accessory number 3 is heart. So treasure your degree and leverage your investment. It will serve you well, but remember these 3 things. Smile along the way, spread kindness wherever you go, and share your heart freely with others. Please show the world what it means to be a vandal by the way you treat others. They will be better for it, you will be better for it, and the world will be better for it. So go forth and do good, my friends, and go Vandals.
Stay up here for a second. Well, thanks, Brian. Now I think you see why it's such a privilege to work with Brian each day. And I invite you to read more about him in the commencement program. And Brian, I wanted to give you a little gift, just a token of our appreciation. Whoops. Thanks very much. I dropped something else. Sorry, a little clumsy. By the way, the executives at the university didn't think Brian could get through a talk without mentioning shoes. He's kind of a shoe hound. But at any rate, thanks for sharing your story and wisdom with us. We're going to move on to the next part of our ceremony and begin by awarding the President's Medallion. The President's Medallion is presented to select individuals who have made significant contributions to the cultural, economic, scientific, and/or social advancement of Idaho and its people, and who have provided exceptional service to the state or nation that has influenced the well-being of humankind. The medallion is a specially commissioned medal minted in Idaho from Idaho Silver, and it is the personal prerogative of the President to select the individual to receive the medallion. At this point, our medallion recipient is approaching, and I'd like to introduce Kathy Clark. Kathy Clark faithfully served the University of Idaho and the Department of Athletics for more than 25 years, from 1974 to her retirement in 1999. In her successful career, Clark served as an educator, a coach, and administrator. She was also a tireless advocate for women's athletics, academic success, and student-athlete well-being. Her long career included head coaching assignments, sustained success for her programs, 2 stints as interim athletic director, during which time she was instrumental in expanding women's athletics in growing conferences and through leadership in the NCAA. She introduced the first athletic scholarships for women student-athletes and established an endowed scholarship for those student-athletes. In 1981, she was made an honorary U of I alum, and she was inducted into the Vandal Athletics Hall of Fame in 2007. We are proud and honored to present to Kathy Clark the University of Idaho's highest award from the President, the President's Medallion. Now I wish to invite Provost and Executive Vice President John Winsack Assistant Registrar Biljana Jovanoshka, and Faculty Senate Commencement Committee Representative Sanjay Sisodia to join me in conferring honorary degrees. An honorary degree is awarded to a person deserving of honor by virtue of scholarly distinction, noteworthy public service, or significant contributions to the state of Idaho. Sanjay.
May I present Major General Eric C. Peterson for the degree Honorary Doctor of Administrative Science.
Major General Peterson, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the University of Idaho, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Administrative Science together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities.
Major General Eric C. Peterson assumed command of Division West of the 1st U.S. Army on June 26, 2017. Prior to this command, Peterson served as the Director of Army Aviation on the Army staff at the Pentagon. Peterson received his Army commission in 1986 as a distinguished military graduate of the University of Idaho's Chrisman Battalion, U.S. Army ROTC. He earned Bachelor of Science degrees in Geography and Cartography from U of I's College of Mines and Earth Resources, and also earned master's degrees in Business Administration and in National Security. He has commanded and held key staff positions in numerous overseas combat and contingency operations, ranging from Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm to post-9/11 operations in Afghanistan and Iraq. His military awards include Distinguished Service Medals, 4 Legions of Merit, and 6 Bronze Star Medals, among many others. The University of Idaho is proud to confer upon Major General Eric Peterson, a most distinguished individual and leading alumnus, the degree of Doctor of Administrative Science. May I present Dr. Dayal T. Mishri for the degree Honorary Doctor of Science.
Dayaldis Doc Meshri, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Science together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities.
The founder, president, and CEO of Advanced Research Chemicals Incorporated, Dayal Meshri was born in British India. He received a scholarship from the University of Idaho and graduated with a doctoral degree in chemistry in 1968. University Distinguished Professor Janine Shreve was his major professor. While at U of I, Meshri married his fiancée, Indurani, who worked as a geology researcher in Moscow. In 1987, Meshri established Advanced Research Chemicals Incorporated. Recognized for its size and scope, as well as its innovation and integrity, the company has expanded from a 3,000 square foot single production facility to multiple facilities occupying more than 250,000 square feet, with an international production footprint and more than 140 employees. Meshri has remained highly involved at U of I for more than 50 years. He has supported work in the sciences, funding faculty, and scholarship endowments. The University of Idaho is proud to confer upon Dr. Dayal Meshri, a most distinguished individual and leading alumnus, the degree Doctor of Science.
Please read more about each of our distinguished honorees in your commencement programs. A tradition of the University of Idaho is administering the oath of office for the commissions of the Officer Education Program candidates. This is achieved at the same time that they earn their degrees. It is our honor today to ask Major General Eric Peterson, United States Army, to administer the oath of office for those to be commissioned in the Armed Forces of the United States. Dr. Peterson.
Will the individuals designated for appointment as commissioned officers in the Armed Forces of the United States please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, please listen carefully to the words of the oath as these young aspiring leaders commit themselves to the principles embodied in our Constitution. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce the newest officer leadership in the United States Armed Forces.
Thanks very much. You may be seated. Congratulations to all of our commissioned officers. I know you will serve your fellow citizens, your country, and the world well with the supreme aim of peace and harmony at home and abroad. We thank you for your sacrifice, courage, and commitment. Provost and Executive Vice President Winsek will now announce those receiving honors. John?
In continuing to acknowledge excellence at our university, we recognize the undergraduate students who are graduating with special honors today. Will the students please stand as I call your honor designation and remain standing? Please hold your applause until all honorees are done standing. Cum laude with distinction, the Bronze Honor Cord. This is the top 10% of the college class. Please stand. Magna cum laude with great distinction, the Silver Honor Cord. This is the top 6% of the college class. Summa cum laude with highest distinction, the Gold Honor Cord, the top 3% of their college class. We also invite to stand and be recognized members of our honors program and numerous honors societies, organizations, and veterans, and all others that have honor cords. Please stand. You have brought distinction to yourself and to our university through your high achievements as student scholars. We honor your hard work and commitment to learning, and we look to you for leadership in upholding high standards for yourselves and for your peers. Thank you and congratulations.
Now, Provost Winsek will announce the granting of university degrees.
We are about to begin the granting of degrees to all candidates who have met the requirements for the baccalaureate, the master's, specialists, doctoral degrees, and the requirements set forth by the faculty at the University of Idaho and have been completed through formal studies. Degrees will be conferred on all candidates present at these exercises as well as upon all absentees who have been duly excused. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please stand? Yes, that's the bachelor's degree. Yes. President Staben, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to be awarded the baccalaureate degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities, In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations. Let's give them all a round of applause. Thanks.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for master's and specialist degrees please stand? Each of you has completed satisfactorily rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Staben, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive master's or specialist degrees so earned.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the specialist degree or master's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degrees Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Athletic Training, and Juris Doctor please stand? Each of you has completed satisfactorily rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Staben, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Athletic Training, and Juris Doctor, so earned.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Athletic Training, and Juris Doctor earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
Will the marshals please escort the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Athletic Training, and Juris Doctor to the stage to receive their degrees. Please be followed by the master's, specialist, and baccalaureate degrees. We ask that all candidates, after receiving their degrees, please stay for the rest of the ceremony out of respect to the other graduates and their families. Students receiving the doctorate are given a doctoral hood. It is our tradition at commencement for the doctoral candidate to be hooded by his or her major professor. Marshals, please escort the candidates to the stage.
I'd like to thank my mom for real because she put me through this and without her being here.
Yeah, it was 100% worth it. Not only for the degree and for that expectation of that higher salary or anything like that, but more from the experiences, the connections, and just the people I've met.
I'm super excited. There's been a few moments when I've started to cheer up because I can't believe it's happening, but I'm very excited that I've achieved this.
Not to toot my own horn, but toot toot.
Students graduating with the doctoral degree will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry. Alicia Ray Bean, Geography, is being hooded by Major Professor Karen S. Humes. The dissertation title is Understanding Idaho's Adaptive Capacity to Future Water Resource Change, a Legal and Political Analysis of Climate Informed by Drought Planning. Miriam Asadi, Food Science, is being hooded by Major Professor Helenis Joyner. The dissertation title is The Role of Saliva and Hydrocolloids in Texture Perception of Semi-Solid Foods, using rheological, tribological, and sensory evaluation techniques. Tulsi Ram Damasi, Chemistry, is being hooded by Major Professor Peter B. Allen. The dissertation title is Designed and Evolved Nucleic Acid Nanotechnology. Tamara K. Dirks, Education, is being hooded by Major Professor Sidney Freeman Jr. The dissertation title is Baby Boomer First Generation Studies. Amanda Renee Goldberg, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Courtney J. Conway. The dissertation title is Diet, Disease, and Hibernation Behavior of Northern Idaho Ground Squirrels. Laura Elizabeth Jenkins, Biology, is being hooded by Major Professor James Nagler. The dissertation title is Reproductive Life History, Decisions in a Long-Distance Migrating Iteroporous Fish Model. Eric Lee Luvas, Education, is being hooded by Major Professor Sharon Stahl. The dissertation title is Nature Engagement for Health, Enhanced Methods to Improve Connections and Reduce Stress. Matthew Mylan McDaniel, Education, is being hooded by committee member Sidney Freeman Jr. The dissertation title is Authentic Leadership and Entrepreneurial Thinking in Context of Professional Standards for Educational Leaders, Perspectives of Practicing Charter School Leaders. Luella May Stelk, Education, is being hooded by Major Professor Tanya Doucet. The dissertation title is Persistence of STEAM at Elementary Level. Students graduating with the Juris Doctorate degree will be greeted by Interim Dean Gerald Long and hooded by Richard Seaman. Bobby June Flowers. Jeffrey R. Jimenez. Students graduating with the master's degree will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry. Alexandra Scotland Bergdorf, Accountancy. Angelina Jo Bertolotti, Adult Organizational Learning and Leadership. Jessica Nicole Bricky, Family and Consumer Sciences. Brooke Broadhead, Accountancy. Antoinetta M. Cochillo, Animal Science. Lena Marie Data, teaching English as a second language. Stacy Faye Feakin, Natural Resources. Angel Edward Gonzalez, Civil Engineering. Catherine Michelle Hagan, Accountancy. Benjamin Thomas Hardy, Accountancy. Chandra Starling Heights Odom, Accountancy. Jake Matthew Hennessy, Entomology. Denise Reber Larson, Accountancy. Leora Tria Lajarino, Natural Resources. Esteban Juan Lihardi, Accountancy. Gabby Leong, Physical Education. Emily Ann Longden, Curriculum and Instruction. Grant David Loomis, Plant Science. Hamaja Pirdi Kumari Marisetti, Computer Science. James Hunter McGee, Geography. Mohammed, Civil Engineering. Stephanie Kira Devin Monks, Curriculum and Instruction. Josette Heidi Nebeker, Agricultural Education. Taylor Nicole Nelson, Accountancy. Jacob Ryan Redber, Psychology. Heather Marie Rice, Water Resources. Tara Elizabeth Roberts, English. Anna Marisabel Rodriguez, Animal Science. Jeremy Maxwell George Rossenman, Applied Economics. Isaiah Michael Saunders, Public Administration. Ipong Shun, Landscape Architecture. Kristen Ann Sparkman, Food Science. Wade Daniel Steady, Natural Resources. Stephen Christopher Tam, Animal Science. Mandy Lee Thompson, Public Administration. Fahmid Tusuf, Civil Engineering. Stephanie Vaughn Vilvelez, Natural Resources and Environmental Science. Nicole Christine Weinman, Physical Education. Lingling Ji, Landscape Architecture. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences will be greeted by Dean Michael Perella. Kayla M. Yearlot, Agricultural Life Sciences. Hawa Abdallah Al-Hashi, Agriculture and Life Sciences. Owen Alessandro Barelli, Agriculture and Life Sciences. Melise Taylor Blanton, Agriculture and Life Sciences. Lindsay Marie Bonner, Agriculture and Life Sciences. McKenna K. Cox, Agriculture and Life Sciences. Erin Susan Hagan, Agricultural and Life Sciences. Holly Ann Hale, Agricultural and Life Sciences. Gregory Mitchell Housley, Agricultural and Life Sciences. Garrett David Kennedy. Ziyu Lee. Emily Maggie Marie Lisher. Sage J. Martin. Kristen Veronica Marshall. Haley Lynn Mathis. Mike and Simone McCurry. Samantha Moser. Cheyenne Amanda Myers. Kyle A. Myers. Coy Nicholson. Kylie Quinn Richard. Sarah Dawn Sharp. Kara Dale Story. Krista Ann Story. Elizabeth Ann Tanner. Jesse James Wallace. Jade R. Wilson. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Art and Architecture will be greeted by Interim Dean Shauna Corey. Jenna Brianne Phipps, summa cum laude. Amy Elizabeth Chown. Ian Klein. Blake Thomas Coker. Talitha Davis. Kayla Suzanne Duclos. Cheyenne Rain Fisher. Eric Michael Greenwood. Adam Eric Harfman. Alice McNutt. Cameron Clinton Perry. John Benton Willoughby. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Business and Economics will be greeted by Dean Mark Chopin. Nick Charles Bonds. Alexandra Malfant, summa cum laude. Mohammed Alawaili. Abdullah Jabbar Al-Taroti. Fatma Hussein Al-Shok. Nawaf Nasser Saad Al-Tabi. Nasser Hani Ashiri. Kirk A. Berenson. Brandy Nicole Billing. Brittany Danielle Bishop, summa cum laude. Caitlin Cole. Hannah Gordon Cowperthwaite. Lauren Ann Kurlanis. Abigail Christiane DeFlippo. Blake Cornelius Vanderhoof. Andrew John Byrne. Robert Glazier. Shania Marie Hall, cum laude. Erica Corinne Bagshaw. Marcus James Lynch. Richard Wayne Olson. Samuel William Crowfoot. Evan William Wooden. Zulalem Admasu Woodna. Marisa Caprice Ware, magna cum laude. Keegan Elliott Kilstra. Tyson Joel Urquhart. Hannah Maria Vorse, magna cum laude. Stephen Leslie Howard, magna cum laude. Maximilian Barb, magna cum laude. Benjamin Kettle, magna cum laude. Lucas Dino Rovic, cum laude. Samuel Thomas Roseberry. Stephanie Villarreal. Sarah Christina Ann Medina. Bradley J. Circumer. Ethan Robert McLeod. Samuel D. Skinner. Ryan James Sullivan. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences will be greeted by Associate Dean Alan Kitchell. Juliette Hannah Charlet. Serena Leilani Behrens, magna cum laude. Larissa Sue Branscombe. Danielle Nicole Capelli. Liliane Christine Detman Rabley. Leah Angeline Diddens. Christopher David Gibbons. Tyler A. Holgate. Kashia Leani Loxley. Alexandria Katrina Lotstein. Michaela Allison Mills. Tori Ann Morrison. Margaret May Parker. JC Jeanette Raid. Eva Lorraine Ray Sholey. Thomas Ray Sargent. Jedediah Claxton Sherrard. Emily Ellen Sherrod. McCall Whitney Skay. Megan Desiree Spencer. Chelsea Dawn Sullivan. Taylor Ann Truesdell. Kaylin Annette Vandermeiden. Zoe Ella Mae White. Kennedy Lee Zarak.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Engineering will be greeted by Dean Larry Stauffer. Samuel Kenneth Funk. Abdul Muhsin Al-Hajeri. Walid Abdullah Al-Sheikh. Talal Zamel Al-Dusari. Matthew Pete Bauman. Nathan Charles Lee Bemis. Nicholas Ryan Blackburn. Brian Cartwright. Jiang Chen. Andrea Marie Condi. Gabriel Scott Curitan. Julian David. Zachary Dean Dvorak. Kevin Jacob Dorscher. Joel Stepan Daumit. Bahram Elami Sobi. Monica Robin Erickson. Jacob Michael Frost. Lance Gerard Funk. Joshua Wesley Graff. Yu Han. Titus Scott Hansen. Lena Ahmed Hassan. Christopher F. Heaney. Brandon Michael Jank. Jake McNeil Germain. Tyler Douglas Jones. Alan Korjenik. Lyle Andrew Lair. Zachary H. H. Lipple. Daniel Logan. Jason Lundgren. Braden Joseph Markham. Mikayo Nakayama. Justin Brent Nesbitt. Animesh Patanayak. Bailey John Poitra. Ruth Naomi Park. Sage Freeman Pratt. Preston W. Rhodes. Gabe Riggs. Jacob Riggs. Daniel Salinas. Chenghao Shi. Michael Robert Silk. Taylor Wesley Spence, summa cum laude. Jocelyn Rianne Stadler. Patrick Austin Van Vorst. Zhongdi Wang. Stephen Anthony Weeks, cum laude. Eric Allen Weimer. Xinyu Wu. Yuhang Yu. Chengsheng Zhu. Meiyuan Zhu. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences will be greeted by Interim Dean Sean Quinlan. Ansley Michelle Lechner. Megan Fawn Alexander. Ryan James Allen. Dalton Shrey Prescott Atwood. Luke Allen Bartels. Zachary Dakota Bartlett. Cruz A. Botello. Chloe Ellen Boudreau. Misha Louise Boyd Cleaver. Haley Michelle Cardenas. Reese Margaret Carmen, cum laude. Garrett Bruce Caudle. Catherine Nicole Colson. Benjamin Danielle Cornell. Eric J. Durham. Katrina Marie Critchfield, magna cum laude. Zachary David DePrawn. Sean Dean. Michael Thomas Decker. Logan Ellis, cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Emmert. Sean Stewart Evans, magna cum laude. Sherman Robert Ewing. Hasmin Cruz Flores. Darren Jade Frederick. Cesar Jesus Garcia. Michael DeAndre Garner. Emerson Kate Griffin. Amaya Ann Griggs. Mackenzie Ann Gussenhoven. Grace Elizabeth Heckathorn. Kevin Scott Heckathorn. Sargon Hamad. Cal Daniel Heinen. Lauren Elizabeth Hemphill. Madeline J.C. Yotlin. Clary Janae Hobart. Whitney Diana Holland, cum laude. Maria S. Horta Vorse, cum laude. Kira Hunter. Delisa Jean Johnson. Megan Elizabeth Johnson. Summer Levili Pikaki Ohalihi Maili Konishiro. Victoria Mary Kerr. Whitney Christine Kirkby. Bonnie Marie Knudsen. Devin Brandon Latham. Savannah Elaine LaForce. Celia Teresa Lopez. Madison Michelle Lorenzen Nielsen. Fiona Mackenzie Lyle. Marley Ann Lyon. Andrea Marie Mancuso. Madeline Rain Maxwell. Jamie Catherine Miller. Jordan Alexandra Morris. Brianna K. Morrison. Kar Mei Ung. Alfonso Unanwar. Catherine Elizabeth Barnes Poole. Caitlin Brianna Probasco. Amanda Catherine Quinn. Taylor Marie Ransom. Melanie P. Renz. Courtney Brianna Riggs. Ainsley Guadalupe Romero. Devon Lee Reiter. Kayla Straw. Carly D. Sabo. Maria Cecilia Schneff. Alexander Nicholas Sukevich. Emily Noel Smith. Shelby Ann St. Mars. Justin Winfield Stahl. Mackenzie Ann Storhawk. Sean Michael Sullivan. Riley Noel Swartz. Lorena Tapia. Mary Hannah Trumbull. Leanne Marie Upmore. Kayla Watson, cum laude. Qingna Wu. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Natural Resources will be greeted by Interim Dean Dennis Becker. Abigail Patricia Alexander. Glenda Maribel Alfaro Salmeron. Matthew Stephen Almeyer. Casey Matthew Barney. Reagan Olivia Barron. Yan Ling Chong. Chloe Rose Gallegos. Shelby Joe Green. Kristen Hall. Sean Patrick Lawler. Ethan Riley Mahakam. Kayla Martin. Tanner Scott Miller. Aspen Dane Nelson. Anna Michelle Etting. Tanner Barrett Paulson. Darby Mara Pierce. Devin William Reed. Jalen Christopher Scopper. Tony J. Smith. Michaela Ann Tuel. Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Science will be greeted by Dean Ginger Coffey. John Robert Tokel, summa cum laude. Ryan Bailey Brumfield. Ruye Cheng. Kiana May Coles. Madison Lee Dahlquist. Madeline Marie D'Angelo, summa cum laude. Camden Donald Doring. Sarah Grace Gibbs, cum laude. Emily Gilmore. Aubrey Jo Johnson. Courtney Brianne Kennedy. Leah Brooke Lambert. Ricardo Lopez. George I. May. William Mitchell McCarthy. Juan Chu. Glenn Michael Rager. Nicholas William Wren. Jessica Marcille Strickland. Drew Welch. Yuha William Yee.
We'll give the graduates just a moment to return to their seats. This would be a great time to learn to sing and dance, wouldn't it? We'll let them all get back to their seats. You are? Yeah, let's give them all a round of applause. And may I have all the graduates stand, please. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Time to move your tassels from right to left. Let's do that. Go Vandals and congratulations. Thanks. You may be seated. As our ceremonies come to a close, I'd like to acknowledge, thank, and commend our faculty. Will the faculty present please stand? Faculty are a source of guidance and knowledge for our students. You set our curricula, advise, teach, and mentor students. You conduct research and you develop work in the creative and performing arts. You make innovations that are shared in your classrooms, your laboratories, clinics, studios, fields, and landscapes throughout our state and around the world. Your intellect, commitment, training, experience, and wisdom is the core asset of the University of Idaho. Thank you for your commitment to our students, to shared governance, and to the University of Idaho. Let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you. It's a privilege and a joy to work with our very talented and committed student leaders. So I'd like to have stand Scott Madsen, President of the Student Bar Association, Ananth Jilapalli, President of our Graduate and Professional Student Association, and Nicole Skinner, President of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho. Thanks. On behalf of the University of Idaho, thank you all for your commitment to your fellow students, your example of leadership, and your spirit of selfless service. I'd like to invite Nicole Skinner, President of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho, to come to the podium and say a few words. Nicole?
Thank you. Congratulations, graduates. You did it. Woo, it's over. It has been an absolute honor to advocate on your behalf during your last few months here. Coming into this position, it was my top priority to ensure your voices are heard outside of our campus perimeter. And I think together we accomplished that. One thing that really stands out to me and that I think you should be proud of is in the midterms this November, so many students voted that Latah County's voter turnout was on par with presidential election years. Woo! Yeah. We had the highest midterms voter turnout since 1994. Our campus shuttle event alone took around 400 students to the polls. ASUI, in collaboration with other public colleges and universities in the state of Idaho, also created the first annual Idaho Higher Education Legislative Report Card. We sparked valuable dialogue statewide about the need for our legislators to advocate for students both inside and outside of the legislature's chambers. I really wish I could stand up here and tell you that this work could stop now, but we can't afford to let that happen. It's on you to hold lawmakers accountable for the direction of this country. You are the exact kind of people we need working to make the world a better place. It's easy for this country to sweep young people's issues under the rug if you don't engage in the processes that you're a part of. You are educated, kind, and powerful. You are brave and you are bold. You are vandals. And if I've learned one thing about vandals, it's that we do the right thing even when it isn't easy. It's on you to assure human rights for all, to ensure living conditions improve for all, that our communities, state, and nation function with integrity. The collection of classes, activities, relationships, and events you've had during your time here has done far more than get you a degree. They have shaped who you are as a person and have equipped you with the skills you need to take on the world. You can do anything. And when you're on to your next adventure, I hope you remember the feeling you get when the leaves on Hella Walk begin to change color. I hope you look back on all the all-nighters and energy drinks and just laugh. I hope you never forget your time here because it really does go by too fast. I am beyond thrilled to see the wonderful things you will continue to do. Congratulations on your successes, and I wish you many more. Go Vandals!
Thanks, Nicole. Thanks for reminding us of our important role as citizens. Staben, or no, that's on the prompt. That's what I say. I'd like to ask Kathy Barnard, Executive Director of our Office of Alumni Relations, to come forward. Kathy.
Thank you, President Staben. Founded in 1898, the University of Idaho Alumni Association is nearly as old as the institution, and the Vandal family in that since then has grown to about 120,000. We have many, many alumni in the audience today. Would you all please stand as members of the Vandal family? Thank you. And would all the new members of the Vandal family, the newest members of the Vandal family, stand? Welcome, congratulations, and as always, go Vandals!
Well, I'd like to take, you can sit down now. I'd like to take a moment to thank again the University Wind Ensemble, located on the floor to your left. The Wind Ensemble is led by Professor Al Gemberling. After 31 years as a Vandal, this will be Professor Gemberling's final commencement ceremony before his retirement. A world-class trombonist and educator, Al joined the Lionel Hampton School of Music faculty in 1988, directing the Vandal Marching Band for 10 years. Along with teaching studio, jazz bands, and music education classes, Al became U of I's Director of Bands, where he conducted wind ensemble and oversaw all instrumental music activities at the university. As a special recognition today, you always got to wonder what these people are doing behind you and stuff. The wind ensemble is joined now by Professor Gemberling's colleagues from the music faculty. Thank you, Al, for your example of excellence and your career-long dedication to the Vandal family. Let's give Al a big round of applause. Thank you. Well, there are so many others who worked for months to make this event so special. My thanks to the University Commencement Committee, the Faculty Commencement Committee, the Event Support Services, the Kibbe Activity Center staff, University Communications and Marketing, University Advancement, Registrar's Office, all of the colleges, faculty, and staff of the University of Idaho who had a part in planning this ceremony. And a special thank you to our commencement readers, Joshua Bailey, David Lee Painter, and Rochelle Smith. Great job. Thank you also to our university and college floor marshals for volunteering your time today. Let's give everyone a round of applause. Graduates, if you like, please join your family and friends after the ceremony on the east end of the floor of the dome for photos, right behind the curtain there, and light refreshments. Please wait until the stage party has exited the seating area before you begin to recess. But before we conclude, please join in a special University of Idaho tradition, the singing of the alma mater. The words are located in your program.
This concludes the 124th commencement of the University of Idaho. Parents and families, please join your student on the main floor behind the curtain to your right for light refreshments and photo opportunities. Go Vandals!